Oh, merry humbug.
Ah! Humbug.
And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and today I'm reviewing Fatman. A rowdy, unorthodox Santa Claus is fighting to save his declining business. Meanwhile, Billy, a neglected and precocious 12. This film is directed by Esham Nelms and Ian Nelms, and stars Mel Gibson as Chris, Walton Goggins as Skinny Man, Chance Hurst as Billy Winnan. So very mixed feelings about this film. I'm a huge fan of Mel Gibson's more gruff, dirty type of film. So we're talking Paycheck, we're talking Bloodfather, which I thought was excellent. Really enjoyed that. I think those titles he does. I've seen people give this a bad review on the basis of his character in it as a non-actor, as what he does with his life. And I've never understood bringing that into. He's hired for a job to play a role, and that's what he's done here. But where my mixed feelings comes in is if you've seen the trailer for this film is excellent. It's quirky, it's original, it makes you want to watch the film. It is one of those trailers though that when you get to the film, that for the most part is what you get. So what you see in the trailer is definitely what the film is about, and there's not much more to it than that. However, I did enjoy this film. Not sure that makes sense. So we have Mel Gibson as this grumpy Santa, and he is down in the dumps because kids are obviously, once again, you know, this is a tried and tested formula of a film where we've seen people just run out of Christmas spirit. There's none of that, and he needs Christmas spirit to go. He's also doesn't have enough money to keep his workshop going, and so he has to kind of lease out his elves to, for the first time ever in however long, doing what he's doing to be in the business of Santa. At the same time, there's this little kid that's upset and hires this hitman played by Walter Goggins. And Walter Goggins is the most Walter Goggins we've ever seen Walter Goggins be in this film. It's that character that we know of him. He plays crazy hitman well. I don't think there's any nuance to his character. I don't think there is much depth to him. I think that's probably what you could say about this film in a nutshell. If you're going into this film and you're expecting huge Oscar-worthy performances, that's not what this film is. You should go in and enjoy it for what it is, because it's not in depth. There isn't a lot of depth to this film. I still enjoyed moments of this film. For the most part, the first half of this film is Walter Goggins' hitman character trying to find Santa. Obviously that's always tricky, and Santa, and he's trying to get out of the dumps, and he's trying to figure out a way to keep his group going. And so that is the first half, and it is definitely padded. And then the last half an hour, kind of 40 minutes, is this hitman kind of catching up. We get that big action sequence between the hitman and the Santa, our Mel Gibson Santa, and then we have the moral of the story at the end. And that, for the most part, is what you get. So like I said, there isn't much substance to this, there isn't much meat to this. However, it is a lot of fun. If you go in and expecting it to be deep and in depth, you're not going to enjoy this film. If you go and expect a as we would say in Afrikaans in South Africa, a Skopskiet and Donner film, a kick, kill and throttle film, directly translated, then that's kind of what you're going to get. It's a fun action film when it gets to it, and it's a moody, gritty Santa, and that is pretty much what you're going to get. If you've seen the trailer, that's what you're going to get. You can kind of watch just the trailer. I did enjoy it, but it's not brilliant, not by any means, but I wasn't ever expecting it to be brilliant. It's one I could definitely stick on now and again. I wouldn't mind watching it again in a couple of years, so it's not so terrible I'll never switch it on again, but it's not brilliant that it's gonna be in my like top 10 action Christmas films. I do like Mel Gibson in these roles, and I don't see why people judge him or judge the film because he's in it, if that makes sense. He's been hired, they obviously liked his work, so I'll be interested to know what people think of this. At the moment, you can either watch it on Prime or download Amazon Prime in America, or on VPN if you have a VPN. I know it's doing the rounds and it's coming around the world in various distributors, whoever gets hold of it, unless you have a screener. And so, yeah, do chat to me in the comments if you've seen this. Are you excited about this? Are you going to give it a go? It's okay. I'm going to give it a C+. Thanks for letting me ramble about this film. Chat to me in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about it. What is your favorite Mel Gibson film, indie style? Not his big Hollywood blockbuster films like Braveheart, but the more lesser known ones. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.